Hey everyone, it's LS and Nemesis, and if you are a patron, you probably already know what kind of a video this is going to be, and if you don't, these are the type of videos that we've begun uploading onto Patreon. This one is going to be out, and it's going to be on the public on YouTube. So you guys might know that years ago, I used to go over pro player views, and I used to talk about basically the VOD footage in front. Me and Nemesis are going to be doing this now more frequently throughout the month and obviously next month and just going forward in general. So anyways, for today's game, we have Chovy, arguably the best Church of Chovy, no doubt, arguably the best mid laner in the world at this point in time, although he has been looking a little bit rough in the LCK the last couple of weeks, versus Top Esports Knight, who is considered also one of the best mid laners in the world. Prior to a few months ago, they probably would have been called the Elite Four. It was pretty much Knight, Chovy, Rookie, and Showmaker. Pretty much made up the list of, you know, the elite mid laners. That was a term I used for top laners in the LCK once upon a time, but honestly, it's not looking like that anymore. So we're just going to go through the game, comment on everything that's going on, and then talk about what he could do better, what he is doing, or, you know, anything like that. So
he's playing Fleet Resolve, the typical set mid lanes standard page. He's probably going to just go Dorn, Shield, Fleet Resolve, and then have like infinite sustain, because that's how the game works in early game.
I mean, you're going to, generally against range matchups on set, you're going to go Fleet Footwork, and then you'll go second wing with Doran Shield, and then you can't be moved.
Yeah. I mean, it's either Conquer or Fleet for the champion. Yeah. Specifically.
And the other thing about set is very akin to Viego or other champions. He's a champion that benefits from War of Attrition. War of Attrition is, you know, War of Economy. You're trying to attack the enemy's mana pool. You're trying to attack like minion wave resets. You're trying to attack economy by balancing out your recalls against an opponent's relative to like their recall timer. For instance, if you're a BF sword user and the opponent's a serrated Dirk, if they can induce a recall around 1100 gold, they benefit more. So seems like level 1's hectic.
Level 1 action every time in Korea.
Yeah, no doubt.
Start W, has fully grit here. A lot of damage. He could have aimed it better. He could have aimed that better, yeah. Wouldn't make a difference though. They're all gonna probably base. So there's W start, which is okay against Jace, because he's not gonna be able to E him really if Jace is good enough at spacing. Jace also started Longsword, which is interesting. Maybe he goes like the cut down page, and then with like Longsword, no HP from Dragon's Blade, so more value.
The other thing about this is some people might wonder why didn't he place the ward down and then maybe swap to Red Trinket if he was just going to recall anyway. I think one of the things that's important to note here is that he's against an Udyr, and maybe he wants the ward for Kayn specifically to get intel on Udyr at a specific point. And given that he's against Jace, he should probably just be pushed in.
What is this?
Yeah, this is sinful.
That's going to help him a bit.
That's a lot actually.
Yeah, it does help him a bit, but Jace can just burn a potion and then reset later, I guess. He gets the melee minions. Now he's just gonna have to wait till his W goes up. Nothing really to do.
Yeah. Now he'll come in. Yeah.
He takes some damage, but it won't ultimately matter. I mean, he has just too much sustain. This is not really gonna matter. Oh, I think Jace just burned second potion, didn't he?
Yeah, Jace is really behind.
He's out of potions now. Oh, Chovy also knows that Udyr started on blue.
Yep. No, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to run in an E Jace here because he wants the next wave to almost be here.
He wants to crash this wave before the next one can like freeze in front.
Okay, he has intel on Udyr.
He's gonna keep outing.
Yeah.
Gets a W off. Now he's getting ganked by Bard. He might be dead here. Oh no, he's cutting towards Kayn. He did. Ooh, okay.
It's definitely a blunder. I mean, he doesn't anticipate Bard to be coming, is basically what's going on there.
Yeah.
And if he wins out the trade here on Jace, then everything gets good. He goes tier 1 boots.
I'm surprised he TP'd. I think if he runs with Hongards with tier 1 boots and sets high base moon speed, he doesn't really need to TP.
If Bard helps shove, he'll lose the cannon. And he'll,
Yeah.
If Bard helps shoves, he'll definitely lose the cannon.
Maybe he should just accept that his role is not, like, he's already behind.
You could, I mean, he could.
And then save TP for team? Not sure,
though. Now, obviously, you should just probably try to freeze at this point in time.
Yeah.
Because Jace has to go for the reset. You have a red pot. He's going to actually let... No, okay.
No,
he's
he
going to...
freezes.
Yeah, he's going to freeze.
One thing to note here is that he's actually streaming, so he's probably not fully focused on the game. This is why also he doesn't realize Bart just went mid lane.
Yep.
Okay, he's trying to bait it for Kayn. Jay should have flash, I think. He does a lot of damage.
Good Haymaker. Ooh, okay. Well, the rate...
Dark Harvest stack.
Yeah.
He's not really F-king here, which is a bit of a...
Yeah, this isn't good. He should be F-king right now.
He should be realizing what's happening.
Yeah, this is... All right, now he looks...
He checks, but now he's like...
They can actually take this, though. Jace is...
Oh,
that was a really bad Bard portal.
Oh, but how is Chovy moving?
Kayn messed up. Wait. What?
Oh,
wait, what?
Okay, 1 kill. Triumph. Okay, I mean...
Okay. I
mean,
this
he gets
is
3 kills
yeah,
or
it's
what?
just a mess. It's a hot mess.
Okay,
all right, he gets another kill, yeah.
That was not deserved at all.
No, it wasn't. I mean, if we rewind this, this is just super weird. So, in reality, they're inside of the pit.
Okay, but look how Chovy moves right now.
Yeah, this is not good.
Look how he's moving.
Yeah, this isn't good at all.
He lost like a second there.
He lost, not only did he lose a second, he should just probably go on Udyr because Udyr's confirmed. He could have been body blocking this entrance with E. Like, if he moved in, his E would have reached.
Yes.
And then he would have stopped this from ever happening. This is like really bizarre because if you look at Jace, if Jace aimed correctly, Kayn would be dead.
Yeah.
So Chovy should have already just accounted for that and gone on Udyr. It doesn't make any sense why he did what he did.
Yeah, I think he was really slow and not optimal decision making there. But in the end, it like turns out somehow winning, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it ends up winning. Jace misaims and then they managed to get everything anyway. So now at this point, he should run back to the lane, insta-shove it, and then reset immediately. Get Ninja Tab Eyes.
Yeah.
Or Steel-Plated Boot Caps. So
Jace has no TP as well.
Yeah.
So.
You take a look at the incoming minion wave. And so because of the surplus of Spellcaster minions, he has more than enough time. He could do a trick right now on set. He could have maybe ran forward, took a turret shot to get Grit, and then walk back in Haymaker.
Yeah,
and that would speed up. Right. Yeah. That would speed it up. You can do this if you know that the enemy can't get back in time to threaten you if you're playing on set. And then the other important thing that you want to know is you want to know your champion's base movement speed relative to the minion spawn, and then obviously how long it'll take you to get back to lane when making decisions like this. This is all the stuff that you should be thinking about rather than just like outright knowing the answer. It's important to fundamentally understand why you're doing what you're doing. Now, obviously here, Jace can't freeze. The surplus of minions is too high. Now, if Jace had Corrupting Potion and like a Doran's Blade, or if Jace had Vampiric Scepter, right, with Refillable or something, he could probably Hammer Form in, kill like half of them, lose half of his HP, then freeze. Because that doesn't have TP. I mean, that would be fine.
Also, it's nice that Chovy doesn't like greed for like the 3 caster minions at the end and just ditches and gets the recall off. Because greeding for 3 casters is like you're just gonna like risk yourself, and not only that, caster minions are just not worth a lot of gold compared to melee minions. So dipping casters is just much better. So he goes Staba's first item, which is tons of value against literally their whole comp. They're full AD, if I saw correctly, kind of. And then he's just gonna go Shardbreaker on this patch still. The dash, he needs the dash against Jace, as he will never reach him.
So like, I'll pause for a second. So like, one of the things is, again, teaching how to think, right? That's the most important thing. You don't want to just outright know answers. This is the problem with most DDU content, I think, nowadays. And some statements that like me or Nemesis even make might just sound like it's just a blanket knowledge statement rather than like trying to instruct how to think. The reality is that steel-plated boot caps against Udyr, Renekton, Jace, Ezreal has insane value, right? Tier 2 MS against a bootless Jace is also really important because it converts to damage because you're able to catch him. You're able to weave in more autos.
And then stick on him.
Right, you're able to stick. The other thing about it is you're able to flee from him as well, which is another thing. So it converts to EHP beyond just the armor and the passive that the boots give. But let's change some of the variables. If this is something like Karthus, you're less incentivized to immediately rush in steel-plated boot caps. If this is like Karthus right here, and then this is Gwen, you're probably not actually outright. You're not rushing them because you're not getting enough value to curve into the mid game.
Yeah, but also in general, boots are better to rush on melee champions because Melee champions want like to stick onto opponents and get to reach them. Because boots just translate into damage. It's the same for like a champion like Chindemer. He likes rushing boots because with boots he gets in range of opponents and then he auto-attacks them down. Without boots he doesn't. I don't know what Chovy is really trying to do here. He's trying to like kind of catch on him. It's not really working.
He's not. He's also not wiggling, which is surprising.
I think he should just push the wave probably.
So this is the part where there's that Korean word I love using. But it basically means like this is beyond salvaging, right? If Jace wants, you can't prevent this wave from going into it. Right? There's nothing. It is past the point of return, and so because of that, this is like the layering game, the drawing stuff that I used to do, right? Where the sequence that's going to unfold is eventually this wave and this wave will pile up. All right, so A will become B, and then B will become C. C is the crash into the turret. So Jace can guarantee that this happens. You don't have a say. So rather than allowing A and B to pile up to become C and then come back into you, you're just going to skip B altogether, and you're going to go straight to C. You're going to ignore Jace, let him hit you with everything that he has. It doesn't matter. Insta-shove the wave, look to do something. And the reason that you want to do it sooner rather than later is that race against your MS plus spawning minion waves that we talked about earlier. What can you achieve during that race period before the next minion wave respawns? Well, if there's vision on either side, you can run and check it. If there's not vision, you could just get a thing called an eco recall. That's what I call it. So a lot of you guys that watch my content, you probably are familiar with the term cheater recall because a lot of people have adopted it. I think even official broadcasts have adopted it. Cheater recall is a different concept from an eco recall. An eco recall literally just means an economic recall. So if Set were to do this right now, how much gold does he have? Can he achieve anything valuable in, again, his race against time against the minions? If the answer is yes, can he get another item? Can he get another longsword? Can he get a ruby crystal? Can he get something for free? If he's a mana champion, can he replenish all of his mana? Is his HP low? Is there a timing window? If the answer is yes, and all of those other variables and check marks are like hit, just take an eco recall. In LCS, LEC, LCK, LPL, this is one of the things I mauled over all the time because no pro players do it.
Yeah.
And if you understand economy in the slightest from playing another type of game that uses economy, such as an RTS, you understand why losing one minion in EXP or two minions in EXP or something in exchange for the item and control that you get over the lane state is way more valuable. So in this instance, it would be really nice to see Chovy acknowledge that A becomes B, B becomes C, C becomes D, and realize that it's not as winning of a line as he could possibly get by instantly crashing wave and then finding free reset or finding something else.
Yeah, even the best mid laners make mistakes.
You know? It's totally fine, Church of Chovy.
I mean, he's not trying to do that. He's trying to like somehow get harassed on Jace, and he's trying to like do the trick where he procs fleet and then runs with him with like this bonus movement speed. It's not really working out. He should have just shoved the wave instantly and then looked for options. Yeah. Now he's like...
He keeps trying to do the trick.
I mean, now Jace pushed in back, so he could actually pull the wave now.
They're both blundering, and he has red buff
too.
Jace
is misplaying as well.
Yeah, Knight's playing really poorly.
They're not like realizing what will happen in advance. So now Jace is like kind of in a bad spot in this lane, right? He's like past halfway the midpoint, but he's getting back up from bot side, Udyr and Bard. So Chovy can't like trade all in.
I really like that, what just happened. I actually think that's a mind game. Ready?
Yeah.
So when he goes for the auto,
I'm surprised that E range.
He moves at an angle like this, right? This would incentivize Jace to move like this, or like this, not like this, because Kane's coming.
Yeah, but he still moves bot side.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a pocket. So I mean,
he did move a bit to the line.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. He's trying to center him into that pocket, which is more beneficial for Kane. Superplex, haymaker. Ooh, nice.
He got the kill. Okay. I mean, that was just honestly Jace playing with no respect in a way.
Yep. Yeah, I think Knight's playing really poorly overall in the lane. They're just really pressing keys pretty much on each other. There's no laning.
I don't think they realize what happens with waves in advance. And I don't think they realize they don't have intent. Like they don't want to achieve something.
So that's one of the most interesting things when we watch LCK, because that seems to be one of the biggest complaints. And I don't think that they ever pause and think about it.
Yeah.
Like how to achieve more. And it's not something that in solo queue, in solo queue, you can gamble a lot more, and it feels better to gamble because of the nature of the game, the environment of the game.
Yes.
Because sometimes if you do this lane manipulation stuff and your jungler just decides, you know, actually I'm AFK.
Yeah. It feels bad. That's why
you can actually lose.
Making the wrong choice in solo queue can actually be better than making the correct choice.
Yes. And it takes a really skilled player to utilize intentionally bad plays.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing in itself. But generally, stuff like that doesn't really start to matter until high MMR. Or it actually matters for like elo boosters or something, right? Consciously making poor decisions. It was a good face breaker. He got the cancel. Doesn't have superplex.
He's gonna do a lot of damage.
He's gonna take turret shot too.
Oh, he can take turret shots.
Yeah, face breaker again.
Yeah, that was. I don't know. Knight just
haymaker.
feels like he should
just shove. He can get so the death timer here, it's not enough to get a plate. He shouldn't go for the plate. You see the death timer on Jace, and he has the home guard reset. He shouldn't go for the plate. He could have just reset himself, and he would have been running at the same time as Jace. But
but he doesn't need the extra tempo. Would be my argument here.
Well, now he's offset, right, and he doesn't have TP.
Yeah.
Now it just feels really bad.
To base and maybe give a jungler his wave.
This is one of the things that happens pretty often in solo queue though, is if the jungler just comes and offsets your attempt to get the plate, then you end up in a really bad spot.
Yeah, that is true.
So he should have just taken the reset. And this is the exact thing that we talked about earlier, where you want to layer your recall against incoming waves and your champion's MS.
Oh, you see, you're wrong. He got the kill.
Alrighty, you know, I mean, it's fine.
The fight isn't over yet. Now he should definitely look for a base, though. What did you think about him buying a ruby crystal and the item for, like, like the mini phage item or whatever it's called, with the axe instead of a pickaxe, like on the last buy? Last buy he had like money for pickaxe, but he opted into ruby and finishing the axe. I'm not sure if I
think I would go for the ruby and finishing the axe.
For like the extra moon spit also?
Yeah. Because I think it adds into everything.
I guess it depends on the matchup. I could definitely, if he's
but
playing...
But ruby is damage because increased W damage.
That is true. Yeah. It's that specific.
Yeah. So...
I mean, he's really close to Shardbreaker. I think he should just look to finish it and then really take over the map now.
Yep.
Jace also didn't go for the plate. That might have been a mistake. You see how the plate is 1 HP?
He
probably
really
could have just
gotten it. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not really looking much at other lanes, which is something I don't really like that much.
Yeah, he's not F-keying. That's a lot of damage.
He doesn't really know what's going on. I mean, Jace is just...
Well,
this type of trades are usually more worth for Sad, though. The lower he goes, the more HP he gets. And then second win and orange are still active. And now Kayn is here, and I think he's going to be able to probably finish him.
Nice. Okay.
He's playing a bit... Like, his camera control, it wasn't the best there, I think. He wasn't really, like... seeing what was happening.
Yeah.
He's having it a bit locked. So one thing about melee champions right now in this meta is they destroy plates. I think they can get the whole tower right now.
Yeah, I mean, well, Kayn
With
also
Herald.
has Herald, yeah. So they're gonna get it
easy.
really low.
The TP will come
If
through.
he had superplex, I think they could do this. If he
Jace
had
can kill him.
superplex.
Jace is too weak. Oh, he can just redive him now.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, Jace had to blunder initially. So like Knight is just playing.
No, what Knight is trying to do? He's trying to sin a lot to get back into the game.
Yeah. Knight should never go for what he went for. If Knight doesn't blunder and he just plays this safe, this kill is never possible. But that's why I was saying if they had superplex, it is possible. Because if you have the extra damage from superplex, then everything's fine.
It also counts as a CC in a way.
Yeah. So
Kayn will die. I think Chovy will probably be able to leave. Times, okay. The timer
he might be able to actually get.
Ooh, CC. He maybe could have lived by W after the first CC before the second one comes in.
Okay, now he's gonna go Sterix next.
Yeah,
he's gonna get pickaxe.
Yeah, I think it's fine in this case. He's probably too tanky naturally anyway.
Yep. Okay, we'll skip ahead of his death timer.
You know, that's actually interesting, by the way. Players have the tendency to sin to get back into the game instead of playing an honest game, just because of solo queue's nature.
Yeah, but in competitive, the correct thing is to just play super honest, usually.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely something.
It's like you're playing a different game in compared to.
And also now at this point, all Chovy ever wants to do is just remove the entire wave and then just constantly run into Fog of War.
Yeah.
There's no point continuing to play the lane. Honestly, one of the things he could have maybe done was lane swap.
He should also sync with his jungler.
Yeah.
Right now he's looking to kill Jace. He's playing more of a kill Jace type of thing. Ah, here we go.
Okay, well, Bard's there.
People are there and he has no flash.
Oh!
Good W.
Yeah, okay.
Now Kane is there and his support is coming too.
Kane has
I
that
think
kill.
they're
He's gonna
just way
superplex,
too far ahead for them to lose a fight. That's like the main difference here.
Ooh.
He's not gonna be able to get them.
No. Oh,
This is
well,
just solo
maybe
queue
now.
right now?
Maybe now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why didn't Bar run in a straight line? Hello?
Boom. Oh, he's looking for the E over the wall. If Udyr hugs the wall,
I don't think it reaches. I don't think it
really?
reaches. Yeah,
that would be gross if it did. That would be super gross.
I'm 99% sure it cannot reach.
Okay. He's chasing
He's gonna
after
be able
him.
to reach Udyr here, most likely. Yeah.
Yeah, Stridebreaker.
Yeah. But this is just solo queue right now. I mean, it's just a fiesta at this point.
Yeah, I mean the game is.
They're
totally
pretty
over.
much just giving everything Chovy wants. They're like playing right into his hand.
The other thing, so at this stage, he's obviously going to go Sterix, and I think after you get Sterix, you just go GA. Because you're just so far ahead.
Yeah, you're this far ahead, and you're against full AD, also GA gets more value because of armor.
But as long as you just don't die in a fight, everything is over.
So right now he's just going bot to dive this Ezra, which should be a free kill. And Kane in the meanwhile can just take a mid wave. I mean, his top laner is tipping, but Kane could just take it.
Mm-hmm. And
he doesn't want to take the Crux. He rather just bases and gets items and then tip his top. Okay.
He doesn't have to stay for extra damage because this is passive.
Yeah.
And now he's just going to TP top.
Get the components. Rat sweep.
This
is a good timer to swap to Rat sweep, just to go more in the Fog of War and clear every vision. He doesn't need the vision himself necessarily.
Yeah. I mean, he could get Blue Trinket as well.
Yeah.
But
he uses Rat sweep here to check if Renekton is in bush. I prefer Rat over Blue myself.
So now, I mean, the correct play would actually be to wait on this wave. You would slow push as slow as possible, wait for this wave, and then do it. But in solo queue, I mean, it's not going to. Maybe he wants Crab.
Yeah, Gwen. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he wants to just go get Crab. But the best play would be to pile 2 waves before shoving.
Yeah, and notice how he used Shardbreaker on the wave.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be afraid to use an item when you know that realistically you don't need it for the next 15 seconds of
Ooh,
cooldown.
Superplex.
Look, he's gonna get it back at the right timer. You see?
Yep.
That was a good superplex. So much true damage. I mean, he also has so much HP, so great is...
This game is
Game is probably just over.
Yep. He's checking for... So that was really good. He checks for a control ward.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people... They don't do stuff like this.
Yeah, they would probably just run straight up in the wave, not thinking about stuff like this.
Yep.
Like when you're at level that Chovy is, he doesn't need to think about how he's gonna run to the wave. He can think about other things while he's running to the wave.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now he'll insta shove. This was actually a spot where take a look at the death timers. Right? You see the death timers right now. He could probably have run forward, took 2 turret shots, and then haymakered from behind.
Yeah.
And it would have been fine. It doesn't really matter.
Not sure difference it makes in this case, though.
Well, I wouldn't need these autos. You mad? So...
Here's basing and not like randomly hitting the tower because it doesn't achieve anything. I mean, you can chase. I mean, no, there's karma.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna work.
It's fine. It's gonna work. But it only works because Knight had a hot date.
Yeah, he had a hot date.
Hot date.
I don't think.
Where's he running to?
I think Knight is probably just not caring about the game anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He's probably just playing like full autopilot mode. Like he could definitely think, oh, let me check the bush with Q or E.
Right.
Q.
Yeah.
Just check it, right? Or he could just wait. But a lot of players in solo queue, they just give up, basically. If you're too far behind and you think the game is doomed, well, you give up, right?
Yeah.
You just play autopilot mode till the game is over, and it's very tilting.
Okay.
That's what's probably happening.
He's still running around. Obviously, this isn't...
This is just let's hunt for kills.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just on the hunt. And then his teammates are just also on the hunt. Yeah. This is just slaughter. We should have watched the game where he has more TS. What's going on here?
I don't even think this is him, actually. You know, I mean, it doesn't say 200. Yeah, it might actually.
His camera.
Yeah. Okay, so he's gonna finish CSing this last wave. So he can curve Sterix into stopwatch.
I love this, by the way, not hitting the tower and just letting the tower kill all the minions.
Yep.
It is a bit worse on new patch because the tower tier 2 gives more gold, but it's something even pro players nowadays don't utilize, which is so sad. How much more years do we have to mold over it and people still don't do it? He just essentially just denied them 1 free minion wave, by the way, which is so much golden XP. It was a cannon as well.
So much EXP. I think a lot of people, I think that once League starts hitting a point where people start realizing how much gold and EXP each minion wave is, and then thinking about it more actively, the game starts to evolve. But I think we've been stuck for a long time.
Yeah, there's also 2 things here. He's stealing enemy camps, which basically hurts enemy jungler a lot. Yep. And then another thing is he's always looking to do something. He's never like just staying still, you know? Like I think a lot of low elo players, they have to pause for like certain time and then they have to think, what do I do here? I mean, he can just think ahead, you know? He's like, okay, I do Gromp now. Now I'm going to do crap after. I'm going to do this after. I'm going to do that wave after. The next wave is going to come in like 20 seconds. It's going to be there. So I'm going to be there at that point in time. He can just think ahead, which is practice, I guess, and skill.
All right, you get Sterix here. So
Titanic, that's the ultimate damage,
I mean,
right?
So he's just going for glass cannon.
Yeah.
The state of this game, it's definitely better to just go GA. Because as long as you don't die, and also it grants them the ability to do like really reckless
when you're ahead,
showstoppers.
Defense is so good to build.
Yeah. You just suffocate your opponent's ability to come back in.
Historically, I think China has been really good at this. I remember like playing against like Camille's that went full defense after like a certain item, or GP players.
Yeah.
I remember playing scrims against them and they build it really well.
Yep. We just fast forward a bit. He's just randomly running around right now. There's really not too much to do. In competitive, there would be different answers than what's happened here. And interestingly enough, I actually think in solo queue, what his team did is bad. The game is kind of too accelerated. Do you know what I mean? Like, you look at how long the lanes are at this point.
Yeah, it's probably not.
And there's a lot of... it's very disorganized. Yeah.
I mean, they have Ziggs. They can probably knock more towers down eventually.
That's true.
With Herald, imagine if they do Herald right now, they can probably just blow up a tier 3.
Yeah. He's gonna... Ooh, okay. Bone plating faded.
Speaking of Ziggs, I did play Ziggs today. I think the champion is actually really good.
Okay. Well, you're not a one-trick yet, so...
Yeah.
All right. So, pretty easy pickup on Renekton there. Not too much really else is going to happen. Jace maybe... Okay, well...
Okay, I mean, that's definitely not the play.
That's just
not,
like... Yeah, save
this is
it.
just fun time.
Gwen was out 100% if she wanted to be.
Yeah, this is just so lucky fun. Yeah. I think if I remember correctly, I think Chovy and Knight have some sort of like a relationship.
Yeah, they do.
Like the friendly banter or something.
They had the friendly banter.
Yeah. That's probably why he TPs.
Yeah.
If that would be another player, he probably wouldn't.
Yeah. One thing people can do here, I'll just mention it because we're not really getting to mention a whole lot right now, is you can actually, a lot of people don't know this. I saw a lot of comments on one of the YouTube videos. Mm-hmm. You can click this ward, and then at the top left, there will be the ward's like stats.
Yeah.
And then there's a little box, and you can mouse over the box, and then it tells you who placed it. This is really good in solo queue when you see a ward come from like Fog of War or over the wall and you're curious who placed it. It might be the support, the jungler.
Because then you can like
you can use deductive reasoning.
Actually,
yeah, you can get a lot of info. You have to be really quick on it.
It also applies to like
though.
lane, you know, like if someone wards quickly and after they place a ward, the ward's visible for like 2 more seconds and then it goes invisible. You can like quickly check and then see who placed it, right? And then you have like information. Like,
I mean, there's been a time where I had vision of the enemy mid laner, and they placed a ward, but it was actually their jungler.
Yeah.
But because I clicked on it so fast and I moused over it, I saw it was the jungler.
Yeah, you need to have some sort of APM or like precision with mouse and speed to do this. So it's not easy for everyone.
It's definitely a skill.
Yeah.
I think you can train that in practice tool though.
Yes, 100%.
You can train that in practice tool.
100%. Practice tool might be the best.
I don't think I've ever seen a pro player in a pro view use it though. But it's definitely very good.
Yeah, not many pro view players are fast.
There's not a lot of good pro views. Mm-hmm. Obviously, at this point in the game, it does feel like it's just over. We're waiting for the inevitable
there's
end.
A random fight in the middle of jungle.
Yeah, 1v4 here.
Look at that true grid damage. Crazy.
Right here, he could have clicked on it. It just seems like, I mean, they might even just surrender. He's pushing into the base.
Gets one inhib. They're just slowly gonna break the base.
The inhibitor is incorrect to take. But
well,
they're so far ahead. Yeah.
Solo queue so far ahead, and with Ziggs specifically, it's a bit worse to take. I mean, it's a bit better to take actually. Balanced.
Can he do this? Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine, I think.
Ooh.
Flash should be fine.
Yep. Okay, 17. This is
17 kills.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
I don't know. All right. Well,
I swear in EU West they wouldn't be running it down like they are here. This is just Korea, man. They just keep fighting. That's like what they do in solo.
Oh, they
queue.
got aced.
When people go behind in solo queue in Korea, they actually keep fighting. The only way of knowing how to get back into the game is to keep fighting.
Yeah.
Which is actually hilarious because why do you keep fighting when you're behind? I mean, there's just more. You just lose the game faster.
Yeah. You should just wait for item break.
I like that he bought stopwatch, by the way.
Yeah, it was good. When he should. And I mean, final build, Death Stance makes sense as well. We mentioned armor item. Yeah, Death Stance is a highly conditional item. Bad McDrive though on Hunter Life Morgan, obviously not very good. Everyone else's items, I guess we can just comment on them really quick. The hell?
Horizon focus.
Lichbane on Udyr. I mean, he's down bad.
I think Ziggs build is not good.
Ziggs's build is definitely not good. So that one is very surprising.
She went the item.
She went the Blessing of Ixtal passive.
Yeah, I think
Wardstone
this
item.
item's really good if you're ahead and you reach the levels.
I think it. I do agree with that. I think in an actual competitive game, you wouldn't go Shirelia's in this game. I think you would go Moonstone because you're all trying to clap on each other. So Moonstone would probably just be the item.
People are sleeping on Moonstone so much right now.
Yeah, it's too broken. 35%. It's way too broken.
Too good again.
Everyone else's items, I guess, I think it makes sense pretty much everywhere else.
Moby Boots.
Moby Boots are, I mean, look, the only champion I think that can go Moby Boots is like Leona in solo queue and Ivern. Whatever. Just go, okay, how about this? Tomorrow, play Ivern once. No, actually, you gotta play him twice. Once with Mobius. Once with Ionian.
I don't play bad champions.
Oh, okay. Well, he's been good for you. Good. That's fine. Anyways, that was pretty much it. So
you like Wither build?
What?
You like Wither build?
I already said that. He's down bad. I don't know, my lord.
Boar is the shopkeeper.
Boar is the shopkeeper, no doubt. So that's it for this video. We'll upload more videos on YouTube like this one. It's not as drawy as some of my older videos, obviously. It's much more free-flowing and just freestyle with obviously some pauses and, whatnot. If you guys would want more EDU inside of the video, let us know as well. And then if you want other videos like this that are patron exclusive of other pro players and whatnot, you can become a patron. And that is pretty much it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like. Did you guys know that only 30% of people that watch Alice's videos are subscribed? So make sure to subscribe.
I don't even know if that's true.
Just go to the... Okay, just bring up the image in the video.
I just don't even know.
It's on YouTube analytics.
I never look at my analytics. Okay, I never look.
Okay, I looked mine. For example, for me, only 30%.
Say, all right, bye.
Bye.